want you to know how much I appreciate that the other side of the bed is warm. And the moment I get to confirm that when I open my eyes, which is a gamble in and of itself because my eyes have been shut for over 8 hours, complete darkness, total shutdown, boom! A lot can happen in 8 hours, okay? But in some miraculous turn of events, I dare to open my eyes and you're here, sleeping next to me, not a care in the world. You see, that starts a fire in my stomach. Not the kind of fire they tell you not to play with when you're a kid, because I don't fuck with that. The kind of fire that turns a house into a home during the winter. The kind of fire that could ignite 1,000,000 cities. Vidas llenas de fuego que manda el corazón, derritiendo eso que nos duele, prendiendo velitas de cumpleaños todos los días de mi vida, porque celebramos cada momento, porque el amor es real. But how would you fucking know if you don't know Spanish? There can be no poetry, man, and that breaks my heart. I'm done with you monolinguistic men who refuse to love bilingually, who think English is a love language. I will not get lost in translation or buzzwords like mi casa, tu casa, Cinco de Mayo. I love Taco Tuesdays. I'm like Picasso, all right? He had his blue period. I had my white period. I move on. I am too full of life to be half-loved.
Oh, Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're ashamed, you're overthrown, you're undone forever. What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well a day, Mistress Ford. Having an honest man to your husband, to give him such cause of suspicion.
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion out upon you how I mistook in you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house by your consent to take an ill advantage of his assents. You are undone.
'Tis not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it not be so that you have such a man here, but 'tis no certain your husband is coming with half of Windsor at its heels to search for such a one. If you know yourself clear, why I'm glad of it, but if you have a friend here, convey him out, be not amazed, call all your senses to you, defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever. Forget? You're asking me to forget? To let him loose? So he could come back in a few years' time and we'll see him at Tavelli and we'll smile. He'll introduce us to his lovely wife and we'll smile and shake hands and comment on how warm it is this time of year. And look, Gerardo, I suggest we reach a compromise. Compromise, an agreement, a negotiation. Everything in this country is done by consensus, isn't it? Isn't that what this transition's all about? They let us have democracy, but they keep control of the economy and the armed forces. The commission can investigate the crimes, but nobody's punished for them. There's freedom to say anything you want as long as you don't say everything. So you can see that I'm not irresponsible or emotional or sick. I propose we reach an agreement. You want this man freed without any bodily harm, and I want... Would you like to know what I want? When I heard his voice last night, the first thought that rushed through my head, what I've been thinking all of these years, when you would catch me with that look and said I was abstract fleeting, right? You wanna know what I was thinking? Doing to them, systemically, minute by minute, instrument by instrument, what they did to me, specifically to him, the doctor. The others were so vulgar, He would play Schubert. He would talk about science. even quoted Nietzsche to me once. I was horrified at myself that I should have such hatred inside, but it was the only way to fall asleep at night. The only way of going with you to the cocktail parties, in spite of the fact that I couldn't help asking myself if one of the people there wasn't, perhaps not the exact same man, but one of those people might be. And so, as to not go completely off my rock, and to be able to deliver that Tavali smile that you say I'm gonna have to continue to deliver, well, I would imagine pushing their heads into a bucket of their own shit. Or electricity. Or when we would be making love and I could feel the possibility of an orgasm building up, the very idea of currents going through my body, it would remind me, and then I would have to fake it. Fake it so you wouldn't know what I was thinking, and so you wouldn't feel like it was your failure. Gerardo. So when I heard his voice, I thought the only thing I want is to have him raped. Have someone fuck him. That's what I thought. That he should know just once what it is to, and as I can't rape. I thought it was a sentence that you would have to carry out. But then I told myself it would be difficult for you to collaborate on this scheme, and after all, you do need a certain degree of enthusiasm. So I asked myself if we couldn't use a broom. Yes, a broom, Gerardo. You know, a broomstick. But I began to realize that wasn't really what I wanted. Something so physical. You know what conclusion I came to? The only thing I really want, I want him to confess. I want to sit him in front of a cassette recorder and tell me what he did, not just to me, everything to everybody. Then I'll have him write it out in his own handwriting and sign it. I would keep a copy forever. With all the information, the names, the data, the detail. That's what I want.
This is my school.
Why is it your school? Why am I always in the wrong? Why do I have to listen to you when you have zero to say? Because I'm young? All my life I've been young, so I never get a turn. The school is lost, if you ask me. You're lost. But everybody talks to me like I'm the one, like I should change. Why should I change? I haven't even got to figure out who I am, and you want me to change? That's crazy! You tell me I'm bad before I even get to be anything. What the hell is that? Original sin or something? I read Plato. I read Plato on a park bench in the Bronx, and let me tell you something. Plato wasn't afraid. Diogenes wasn't afraid. Socrates wasn't afraid of anything. They were men. Why are you the headmaster and I'm the student? Do you understand that I have to earn your respect, but you don't have to earn mine? What is that? It's you that wants the A before you even started, but if I ask for that, I'm nuts! I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm gonna find my place in this world. Count on it. And this school has been a miracle for me, but not because of you. Because somebody, Mr. Huffman, finally saw me. More than that, somebody, a grown person, decided I was good before I was good, and you want to throw me out of that? Where's Joe?
Gone.
The patient. We'll wait dinner for him then, Karen. What's the matter?
He won't be back.
You mean he won't be back anymore tonight?
He won't be back at all.
What happened? What happened, Karen?
He thought we had been lovers.
I don't believe you. I don't believe it. What kind of awful talk is that? I don't believe you. I don't believe it.
All right, all right. For God's sakes, didn't you tell him? Didn't you tell him that it wasn't true?
Yes.
He didn't believe you?
I guess he believed me.
Then what have you done? It's wrong. It's all crazy. I don't understand what you've done. You guess that he believed you? There's no guessing about it.
I don't ever want to talk about it, Martha.
God, I wanted that so much for you.
Don't carry on. I don't feel well.
What happened to us? What really happened to us?
I don't know. I think I'll make a cup of tea and go to bed now.
Whatever happened to us, go back to Joe. It's too much for you this way.
Stop talking about it. Let's pack and get out of here. Let's take the train in the morning.
The train to where?
I don't know. Someplace. Any place.
A job? Money?
In a big place, we can get something to do.
They'd know about us. We'd be in the headlines. We're very famous.
A small town, then.
They'd know about us more, I guess.
We'll find a place to go.
I don't think we will. Not really. I feel as if I couldn't move, and what would be the use? It seems to me I'll be sitting the rest of my life wondering what happened. It's a bad night tonight, but we might as well get used to it. They'll all be like this.
But it isn't a new sin they tell us we've done. Other people are destroyed by it.
There are the people who believe in it, who wanted to have chosen it for themselves. That must be very different. We aren't like that. We don't love each other. We don't love each other. We care about each other, of course. I loved you as a friend. The way thousands of women feel about other women.
I'm cold.
You're a dear friend who's loved, that's all. Certainly there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly natural that we should be fond of each other. Why, we've known each other since we were 17, and I always thought
Why
that.
are you saying all this?
Because I love you.
Yes, of course I love you too.
But maybe I love you that way. The way they said I loved you. I don't know, listen to me.
What?
I have loved you the way they said.
Martha, we're both so tired. Please don't.
There's always been something wrong with me, always, as long as I can remember, and I never knew until all this happened.
Stop that crazy talk.
You're afraid of hearing it. I'm more afraid than you.
I won't listen to you.
You've got to hear it. I can't keep it to myself any longer. You've got to know that I'm guilty.
You are guilty of nothing.
I've been telling myself that since the night we heard the child say it. I lie in bed night after night, praying that it isn't true, but it's there. I know about it now. I don't know how, and I don't know why. But I did love you. I do love you. I resented your marriage maybe because I wanted you. Maybe I wanted you all of these years. I couldn't call it by its name, but maybe it's been there since I first knew you.
It's not the truth, not a word of it. We never thought of each other that way.
No, of course you didn't, but who's to say I didn't? I never felt that way about anybody but you. I never loved a man before, and I never knew why, but maybe it's that.
You were tired and sick.
It's funny. It's all mixed up. There's something in you, and you don't do anything about it because you don't know it's there. And then suddenly a little girl gets bored and tells a lie, and you see it there for the first time, and you think to yourself, did she see it? Did she sense it?
What are you saying? You know it could have been any lie. She was looking for anything.
Yeah, but why this one? She found the lie with the ounce of truth in it. I guess they always do. I've ruined your life and I've ruined my own. And I swear I didn't mean it. I feel so goddamn sick and dirty and I can't stand it anymore.
All this isn't true. We don't have to remember it was ever said. Tomorrow we'll pick ourselves up and...
I don't want tomorrow. It's a bad word.
Go lie down, Martha. And in a few minutes I'll make you some tea and I'll bring it to you. You'll
Don't
feel
bring me
better.
any tea. Thank you. Good night, darling.